Good evening, and welcome to Wilmington Community Television. Thank you for attending the 2017 WCTV annual meeting. I am Linda Valenti, the President of the Board of Directors at WCTV. I would like to take this time to introduce the other Board of Directors who generously volunteer their time. Robert Semino, Vice President and Chairperson of the Scholarship and Strategic Planning Committee. Steve Saborgian, the Treasurer and Chairperson of the Finance Committee. Paul Hipple, Secretary. Robert Hayes, Chairperson of the Personnel Committee. George Breslin, Bob Ham, and Robert Peterson, Jr. On behalf of the Board of Directors, we would also like to thank our former 2016 board members who dedicated many years of service to WCTV. Bob Boyce, Walter Collings, and Cheryl Soderquist. Wilmington Community Television Incorporated was formed in 1987. We are now celebrating 30 years of producing quality community programming for residents, institutions, and organizations of Wilmington on the public, educational, and government channels. WCTV has a diverse schedule of programs for your viewing. Wilmington Community Television provides training and allocates channel space and channel time to Wilmington residents and institutions in the use of the access facilities and access channels. Members of WCTV have the opportunity to create and produce a program of their own, volunteer, and help with recordings in the studio or out in the community. We welcome you to get involved at WCTV and utilize the state-of-the-art media facility. Visit our website at wctv.org for more information. Our accomplishments over the last year have been many, but just to mention a few, we have installed robotic cameras in the high school auditorium and gymnasium, which have given us the ability to capture more content in these locations. For the first time, WCTV broadcasted live the Wilmington High School Scholarship Awards Night, adding more live-to-air recordings that continue to grow as technology changes and paves the way to the enhancements in the way we broadcast to you, the viewers. WCTV has a vested interest in our students. We are currently offering, as we do every year, to Wilmington High School and Shawsheen Valley Technical High School graduating seniors scholarships to those students who meet the criteria. Applications can be found on our website at wctv.org or at the guidance offices at the high schools. Thanks to the Scholarship Committee for their time in making the scholarship applications available to students early on in the process. WCTV has not only focused on broadcast media, but has remained current and up-to-date in the social media platform during these ever-changing technological times. I would like to update you now on the financial stability of WCTV. I am happy to report that WCTV stayed on target with 2016 budget and have in place a sound 2017 budget. In the opinion of our independent auditor, the financial position of Wilmington Community Television is in accordance with our stated net assets and cash flow. Thanks to Steve Saborgian, our treasurer, Shaun, Neville, and Mary Laird for their time spent on the financial portion for the organization. I would also like to thank the staff at WCTV who dedicates their work to Wilmington community, providing coverage of town events, school events, youth programs, and teaching those who have an interest in learning media production. Congratulations to one of our staff members, Lisa Capala, a producer, for her milestone of 100+ episode of Where's Wilmington. WCTV welcomes 2 new employees over the past year. Adam Dusenberry, who is our Training and Operations Coordinator, and Scott Kurland, who is our Programming and Content Coordinator. Okay. Tonight's meeting is our annual meeting, and the agenda includes review of the minutes from the 2016 annual meeting, a report from our Executive Director, Shaun Neville, on the accomplishments WCTV achieved over the last year and our goals going forward. We will hold the election for the Board of Directors. Tonight, we have 2 board members seeking re-election, along with 2 new applicants with 4 open seats. While we are tabulating the results, we will watch a short year in review video that features clips of programs that occurred over the last year. I will then announce the election results and close the meeting. First, the 2016 meeting minutes. Those who were in attendance last year received a copy tonight. I'd like to entertain a motion at this time to accept the meeting minutes.
I motion the minutes be accepted.
Thank you. A second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. I would now like to introduce Shaun Neville, our Executive Director, to report on recent activities, accomplishments, and goals set for WCTV.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you all for coming tonight. And for those of you who are on TV or online, thanks for watching. I'm happy to report tonight that WCTV is in a great position within the Wilmington community and the public access world as a whole. Programming was up last year, as were the number of volunteer producers. Our staff also stepped up with more station-produced content than any year in recent memory. Viewership, as measured online, has increased, and our efforts on social media mean that thousands of people are seeing our content each month, even if they don't regularly flip to our television channels. I want to talk specifically about some initiatives we've undertaken over the past year. Our new office layout is 90% complete. We've removed a number of cubicles to open up the entryway and create an open concept editing hub. Feedback so far has been generally positive, especially among members of our youth program, who are the primary targets of this new space. The idea behind this change was to emphasize our technology. We're not a typical business with a typical office. We want people to walk in the door, see the control room, see the podcast studio, see the edit stations, and be intrigued and want to learn more about what all that does. Speaking of our podcast studio, it launched late last year under that branding, formerly the home of WCTV Radio. For those who don't know, podcasting is essentially radio on demand. You can listen to segments when you want, rather than waiting for your shows to come on the radio at a specific time. In fact, many radio programs now offer podcast versions for people who can't listen live. There is now a regular podcast from the school department called Tech Talk, a new WCTV library joint venture called Bridging the Digital Divide, and monthly member spotlights. We also upload regular studio programs like Where's Wilmington and Book Stew, so you can listen to those interesting interviews on the go, even if you don't have time to watch them. We hope to grow even bigger in the next year. Find us at SoundCloud, iTunes, or through the podcast app on your iPhone. If you have any questions about how all this works, please don't hesitate to ask a staff member or a millennial. A subtle but notable change happened on our television channels within the past couple of weeks. A new playback system now offers enhanced features for viewers. Over the past couple of days, we were able to run crawls on the bottom of our screen with weather information for viewers. We're also able to display our schedule on television so people can see what's coming up next. We'll be rolling out new features in the months to come as we learn new tricks of the system. But the most visible piece of this upgrade will be our online video on demand player, which is launching tonight. Rather than sending viewers to Vimeo to find the latest WCTV programs, they'll now find everything they need at WCTV.org. The operating system is relatively easy to navigate, and you can click on specific shows or regular programs, browse the schedule, and watch our channels live, all from the same player. And while that will be the home of WCTV's recent programming, we're also launching a new initiative tonight also on YouTube. This page will include videos from the past 30 years in Wilmington, with an emphasis on major community and school events. So far, we have a little more than 60 programs on this page, most of them from the past 10 years, but our goal is to dig through our VHS library, which dates back to 1989 and includes thousands of tapes, and upload them in the coming months. It'll be a slow process, but one that we're all pretty excited about to get going. We consider these the home movies of the community: 4th of July, Good Guy Awards, high school graduations, and yes, promenades. We welcome volunteers to help with this project as we get it moving and find the big Wilmington events that are somewhere in our archive. You'll find a link to the YouTube page right at WCTV.org or search YouTube for WCTV Wilmington. This page further enhances our social media presence. So many of our viewers now find us through places like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We embrace these channels as ways to get our content out to the public in addition to our traditional television stations. Linda mentioned this as well, but I also want to mention the last project worth noting from last year. The WCTV installed 6 robotic cameras at Wilmington High School, 3 in the auditorium, 3 in the gym. These have been used so far for concert coverage and basketball games. In the coming months, you'll see them used for town meeting. You'll see them at graduation. These cameras replace the need to string out hundreds of feet of cabling every time we want to cover an event in these locations and help dress up productions with multiple angles. I want to recognize some people tonight who regularly produce content for our channels and the community, and I apologize in advance. I'm bound to miss 1 or 2 people. Eileen McDougall has a new book, Stew, on the air, like clockwork, the first of every month. Bob Boyce has long covered sports at the high school. Terry Marciello started a show late last year, catered specifically for seniors in town. And Marie Fiore, who's here tonight, revived In the Loop to bring parents up to date about the school system. Bob Hamill's been cooking up recipes in his kitchen, while Ron Dwan's been teaching people how to play board games. There are people you don't see on camera: Jim Buckley, Bob Ducey, Mark Ryan, Walter Haley, Paul Hipple, to name a few, who are regulars here for productions. Our youth programs churn out all sorts of videos, short and long, and these programs are helping kids not only with video production skills, but also about project planning, teamwork, and paying attention to detail. Our high school interns, Joey DeSario and Cam Quinlan, are here each week helping with productions, graphics, interviews, kind of whatever we throw at them, and it's encouraging to see them grow over time and get better at the projects that they're working on. You have our staff. Adam and Scott were brought here in August. Both hit the ground running and really haven't stopped when it comes to things like capital projects, equipment, programming, and social media, or time-lapse videos of March snowstorms, which just happened today. They both each produce programs for our air. Tom, who we hope is watching tonight from Florida, is always looking for the next big project or event to cover. We've joked recently that he's missed a few trips to the dumpster lately, but we're saving some items for him when he gets back. Lisa this past year produced and hosted her 100th Where's Wilmington, a major achievement, and that's just part of her job as community relations here at the station. Kaylee oversaw an expanded summer youth program and has embraced the challenge of getting more kid content out to the public. Steve reliably runs our weekend youth program, and John is always willing to pitch in, whether it be an IT issue or an event in the community. Don might as well have an honorary selectman or school committee badge at this point, Ron as well. Many of you don't see Mary's role here, but the lights are on, and the heat is on, and the utility closet is stocked, and hopefully it's all under budget. Finally tonight, and perhaps most importantly, everyone on our staff is ready to help a volunteer with their production. Everyone here knows that this is a community media station, and we should be helping out those members who are here looking to produce content or learn a new skill. If you're thinking about getting involved here, stop on by, give us a call, send an email, check us out online, and we hope you'll see. We're ready to talk through ideas with you and work with you and bring in new members in the months to come. Thanks for your support.
Thank you, Shaun. Nice job. Okay, we will now conduct the election of the Board of Directors. We have 2 current board members seeking re-election, George Breslin and Paul Hipple. In addition, we have 2 new candidates seeking a seat on the board, Anne-Marie Fiore and Michael Burns. I'd like to thank all the candidates for volunteering their time. And we'll hand out the ballots. WCTV members can vote up to 4 candidates. Any questions? While we're voting and tabulating the ballots, WCTV is excited to present to you WCTV's Year in Review.
Hello, I'm Lisa Capalla. You can see behind me it says this is my 100th episode. I cannot believe it myself.
Hi, so I'm Eileen from Book Stew. How you doing? And I'm here on the Common today to sweat and to enjoy the wrap-up of the summer reading program.
Hi, welcome to the Boardroom Halloween special. I'm Ronnie D, your host and chairman of the board, and today we're going to have a nice Halloween theme with a nice horror game.
Can you give us a recap of how the fall season went?
Yes, fall was extremely exciting. We had an awesome fall season, a lot of school spirit, which is great.
And what we're going to do tonight is a barbecue dry rub, and we're going to do this on some chicken wings.
So I think I'm just going to put that right on you, as in, what is a case manager?
Well, a case manager has a lot of different definitions.
Hi, I'm Danielle Ward, Marketing Librarian at the Wilmington Memorial Library. This is a friendly reminder that September is National Library Card Sign-Up Month.
In Wilmington, we're a lot smaller, and so we have a great relationship with our folks. We know most of them by name, so for us, it's a little bit easier to have a good relationship with the community.
Anna, how are you?
I'm terrific, thanks.
And I try to think about a storyboard in my mind of, how would I tell this story from beginning to middle to end.
Hi, I'm Joey DeSario, and we are here at the new Wilmington Dog Park, and I'm here with Officer Chris Sullivan of Animal Control and Debbie Cipriani from the Rec Department.
So since I've been on, obviously I've dealt with dogs. Cats are a big issue, feral cats, but I've had bats, I've had hawks, I've had snakes, I've had raccoons, I've had skunks.
It's a coyote and this is a massive 8-point buck, male coyote.
And I'm so thankful for all of you that have been in my life.
Well, finding out I had a terminal illness was scary initially, but then it's like, it's just another step. I truly believe that there is a life beyond this, and I just think that, the people will get through it in this life, they'll see me in the next.
And let's face it.
7th grade first math class, and there were a lot of very self-confident kids who thought they were cock of the walk, who walked into that room and hit the wall.
Every addict is a mother, a daughter, a sister, a cousin. Like, we are more than just like the circumstance that we come from or the addiction that we have to fight.
I think a lot of the consensus was that we didn't want just a specific sports compound. We wanted this to be appealing to everybody in town, all walks of life, young, old, athletic. People just want a place to go and gather. So,
Hey, Paul, kind of tell me where we are in the future park here.
Sure. We're actually close to the entrance of the park. I guess since the commencement groundbreaking ceremony, things have really been full throttle. But turf field is all complete. I think when we talked last time, I had mentioned that the contractor's strategy here was to kind of work their way out of the complex.
3, 2, 1, go! That's the way. Good job. Don't hurt yourself. All right. That's the way. Good job, girl. Thank you.
You're doing good.
Nice job, Walter.
The Fun on the Fourth committee members are all volunteers who work throughout the year to ensure like to present to you. So, as you can see, we are going to make the carnival great again.
Oh, this is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Drinks went out the door when she turned 24. Living with one man, what happened to her plan? I still wanna roam near the place we call home.
Did you know I'm still here? Did you know I don't want to be anymore? It's a great day for the Irish. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all.
Got jobs and things and a touch of stupidity would rob them of the hope of living happily. There you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime.
The town overwhelmingly voted for a capital improvement study last year at town meeting.
The town plan is ready to come through on December 16th. I think we should see what it says.
Okay, you're all sworn in, and congratulations to all of you.
Oh, the woods into Anderson. Anderson puts it in.
Shaun Hardy with an easy pickup. That'll be a bucket.
Back to the keeper, back to Justin. Great decision.
A fake pitch goes back to Sam Jennings, who's going to the end zone for a touchdown.
And I care about one thing. I care about you.
Really beautiful.
I now present you the Wilmington High School class of 2016.
Oh my God. I've been waiting for this big hug for a long time from you.
Well, it is the holiday season, and we have some beautiful light displays that we found in the town we'd like to share with you.
Big smiles. Here we go.
Tell them what you want for Christmas, buddy.
Wrapped in a manger.
Oh, this is a weird.
Let's hear it for the 2016 year in review. Wonderful job, Shaun. Okay, the election results are in, and all 4 candidates are elected to the board. Congratulations to all members. And it is George Breslin, Paul Hipple, Anne Marie Fiore, and Mike Burns. At this time, I would like to ask the membership if there is any new business to discuss. Since there's no new business tonight, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion for adjournment.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned, and I'd like to thank the studio audience and the viewers at home for tuning in to WCTV. Thank you.